percentage problems once again. And we're looking at a situation where we're increasing a quantity by a given number. We're increasing something by 12%. What are we increasing by 12%? Read the question. And it says the population of a town was 5,400. And we want to find out what the new population of the town is if we increase this original population by 12%. So the first thing is we need to, there's three different ways of working this out. Now I'm going to choose just one for the moment, and we're looking at what's the actual increase. Well, the actual increase is 12%. The actual increase is 12%. Of what? Well, it's the increase of 5,400 people in the population. Now, we saw this in the last lesson. We know that 12% can be represented as 12 over 100. We know that of can be replaced by a multiplication symbol, and there we've got 5,400. What we do now is we have to reach for the calculator and tap it in to actually get the answer. So I would ask you to pause the video at this moment in time and to actually tap it in and see what the answer is. So pause the video now and see if you get the same answer as me. Well, welcome back. I'm sure that the answer you got, I hope, was 648 people. So the population increased by 648 people. But this is a classic question. Did it ask you what the increase was, or did it ask you what the new population was? And they asked you what was the population of the town in 2012, which means they want you to work out the new population. So that's simple enough, because the new population is going to be equal to 5,400 plus 648, and that answer is going to be, well, once again, pause the video, think about it, do it in your head if you want, or use the calculator. Welcome back, and what you should have got is 6,048, and don't forget to write in people, because that's the unit of measurement. Now that's one way of doing it. There is a quicker way of doing it, which works for many other topics as well. What do I know about this population? Well, I know that this is the current population, and the current population is represented by 100%. So 100% represents 5,400 people. What do I want to find out? I want to find out the new population. Well, the new population has to be 12% added on. So the new population is in actual fact 112%. Now, the issue here is there's a trick in mathematics which is incredibly useful when you have a calculator. Because I want to build from 100% to 112. Now that is quite hard. So the trick is, if you ever want to build from one number to another, always go through 1. What do I have to do to actually get from 100% to 1%? And with percentages and this method of setting out, you're either multiplying or dividing. So I want you to pause the video and think. I want you to think, is it multiplying to get to 1 from 100, or is it dividing? Is it multiplying or is it dividing? Is it multiplying or is it dividing? And it is, well done, I'm sure you've got it right. It's dividing. What are you dividing by? What number are you dividing by? And the answer is 100. You divide 100 by 100 and you will get 1. I want to build the 1 to 112. Are you multiplying or are you dividing? If you're building from the 1 to 112, if you're building from the 1 to 112, are you multiplying or are you dividing? Pause, think, give the answer. Yes, yes, yes. You are multiplying. What are you multiplying by? A little bit of common sense here. If I've got one of them and I want to get 112 of them, what am I multiplying by? And what you're multiplying by is 112. So it's multiplying by 112. There's a rule in mathematics. And there's a very simple rule in mathematics. Whatever you do to one side of a problem, you must do exactly the same thing to the other. So what was my first instruction? My first instruction was to divide by 100. What's my second instruction? Multiply by 112. Now, I'd like you to pause the video and reach for the calculator and type this in. And when you type this in, you should get the same answer that you had before. Now, I know it's taken me a little bit longer to explain than to actually do it, but as you can see, if you're worried about time in an exam, the second method is in actual fact faster. Okay, going on to example 2. So we're going to go on to example number 2, and we've got, what I'd like you to do now, to be totally honest with you, is I'd like you to pause the video. And what I'd really like you to do is work out as if this is a problem. And see if you can work it out for yourselves. And I wouldn't mind if you actually did it by both methods. I think it'd be a good idea. Okay, you've started the video again. I'm sure now that you've paused it, you've given it a go. Now you're actually going to work through it with me and you're going to see how much of it you've got right. And then you can award yourself method marks. So first of all, what it says here, a machine was bought for 15,000. It was depreciated, that means it went down by 15%. So really what I've got to do is I've actually got to work out what the depreciation is. So depreciation is 15%. But it's 15% of the original price, which is 15,000. We write this as a fraction. 15% is 15 out of 100. Of is a multiplication symbol, and then we write the 15,000 again. We reach for a calculator. Pause the video at this point. If you haven't got this right already, make sure you've copied this down. And if you have got it right, just check to make sure what you've typed into the calculator has given you the right answer. Okay, you've actually now had an opportunity to check your work and to think about what the answer is going to be. And I'm hoping that you've got the same answer as me, which is 2,250 euros. Now, what does depreciation mean? Think. Pause the video. Well, depreciation means it goes down in value. So if I want the new value, then the new value is going to be the old value minus what it was reduced by, and it was reduced by 2250 euros. And again, you can pause the video while you work it out yourselves. But the answer should be 12750. And make sure you put the euro symbol at the front so you don't lose a silly mark. Now let's do it the slightly faster way. The original amount of money is 15,000. So that original amount of money is also represented by 100%. So 100% is 15,000. Now, it's being depreciated by 15%. So is the 100 going up or is it going down? Think. Is it going up or is it going down? I hope you said it was going down. How much is it going down by? How much is the 100% going down by? How much is it going? Read the question. What's it say? How much is it going down by? And you're looking at the question. You have to read the question. And I hope you can all see what's it going down by. Pause the video and give me the answer. And it says, I think it should be 15%. Now, if 100 is going down by 15%, by my calculation, the new value is 85%. And if the new value is 85%, because it's gone down in price, how do we get to 85% from 100? Well, the trick is you go via 1. To get from 100 to 1, am I multiplying or am I dividing? To get from 100 to 1, am I multiplying or am I dividing? Well done, I'm sure you've got that right. I'm dividing, and I'm dividing by 100. To get from 1 to 85, what am I doing? Am I multiplying or am I dividing? To get from 1 to 85, am I multiplying or am I dividing? And I am multiplying. And what do I have to multiply 1 by to get to 85? Well, it couldn't be easier. I multiply by 85. What's the rule? Whatever we do on the left, we must do on the right. What was the first thing we did? We divided by 100. What was the next thing we did? We multiplied by 85. So if we put that into the calculator now, we will get, pause the video to check if you want. Of course, what we got was 12750. Much faster than the method on the left, but I leave the choice to you and yours. Now, the questions are set at the top. Exercise number, page number must be completed by the next lesson, and put it bluntly, try and get them right. If that means talking to people, talking to your friends, checking in the morning before lesson, that's what you do. Get it right. Make sure you understand it, because we're going to need to use this mathematics to move on next lesson. All the best.